The Computer Misuse Bill 2022 finally came into force after the President signed it into law on Thursday this week. Among the clauses added to the now amended Computer Misuse Act 2022 is one which prohibits the sharing of information without the consent and authorization from the source. According to activists, this puts journalists in a dilemma.
Beneficiary of the service is the victim, not the conveyor of the service, not the provider of the subject of the service. So it is quite very unfortunate. We are celebrating 60 years of independence, but we are not becoming independent.
The new law intends to curb the spread of hate speech, which is a subject of interpretation according to activists.
It does not give the commencement, when does that offensive communication begin, to the end. It is hard to determine what amounts to offensive communication. Someone has come up with, let us say, a speech about something, but because that speech in one way or the other is affecting the other person, or maybe it is triggering about something, you will see that this law will term it to be an offensive communication.
There is fear that in the end, the country will be short of relevant news and information.
They will not have the leeway to do investigative journalism unabated, and that is dangerous for the trade or for the profession.
For instance, if somebody has been able to spot somebody that is contaminating food, and we want that information yesterday, and then you're saying we should seek approval from the person, the culprit, to be able to convey that information. People need that information.
The new law limits writing, sharing, or publishing information about children without authorization from a parent or a caretaker. Activists believe the law will be giving protection to parents and caretakers who torture minors. Some abused minors have recently got justice, and their tormentors brought to book through videos shared online.
To also put in jeopardy what we call citizen journalism, because today we've been seeing a lot of things exposed by the public, things that happen in the communities. Today you won't be able to have such information come through because everyone is going to be scared.
I wouldn't think that the honorable member who brought that bill now, which has been signed, so that among all the problems which are affecting his electorates, that it is the computer misuse. People have problems. People are poor.
It is also going to be a challenge for courts of law, since procedures of how one gathered evidence produced in court will be questioned.
Initially, under the Evidence Act, it would not matter the procedures under which you have gathered that evidence and you bring it to court, as long as that evidence is relevant. But now the question would be, how did you acquire that evidence? Did the other person consent to the evidence you are presenting before court?
The other alternative the lawmakers have given is for journalists to seek the intervention of the minister to provide protection to journalists.
Let the Media Council sit with the relevant government officials. They regulate, they come up with the regulations, and they give them a way of how they can operate freely without any disturbance under that law.
Rights groups are still determined to challenge the law in court.
We have very huge and fertile ground to move any sober court to grant our prayers. We have other remedies beyond Uganda. So we are exploring so many opportunities for us to seek for redress.
Patrick Senyondo, NTV.